It's the venue that's had plenty of success, come through it since the mid-2010s, as well as a few Lombardi trophies. It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And we're off from Arrowhead. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackled on the play by Cameron Jordan. Here's 2nd and 5. Escapes out to the left. That one's caught along the left sideline. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a first down. From the red zone now. Buying some time right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Yellow. Attack, attack.
Back to the air, Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
43.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They'll go. It's Mahomes. This throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best. And you get to see how you handle the most pressure. And it turns out they handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing.
And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs finish up an excellent opening series. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
Ready, break.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Slot man in motion left. Throwing is Rattler. Right side, Shaheed's got it. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Ready. Ready.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Offense in the hurry up here. From midfield on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin. Because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Sit. Back up. Here we go. Ready.
3rd and long for him here. Hits his running back. That's the first down, and he's still going. And he's out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. Sets them up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Rattler setting to throw. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, New Orleans. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll begin a new drive. 1st and 10. Finds his man Rice. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Working quickly here. First down throw, Mahomes. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Rolling left, buying some time. This one finds Kelsey. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go. First down from the red zone. Escapes the pocket. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Another throw for Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
There's no question this group wanted to be aggressive in the red zone. Back-to-back passing plays, but an incompletion and now a sack means they've done nothing but go backwards. Time to find a little better protection and much, much better results. Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They can bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs get some late points and the lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Rattler. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Big game downfield. At the 20. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints earn the chance to tie before halftime. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
They'll probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Brings in the kick at the 9. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. Flush down out to his left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. That's DeMario Davis. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
What you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Working inside the red zone. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Justin Reed has the INT. And the Chiefs make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Reed now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 9. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Miller. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Here we go, set, red, cycle.
Rattler. He's got Shaheed. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Offense up to the line fast. Rattler back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's sack number 2 for this guy, and we've got plenty of game left for him to keep wrecking it. And this is where offensively now you've got to do something. You've got to make an adjustment. You've got to slide to him. You've got to chip to him because this defensive end has been a nightmare.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Let's go.
Trying again following the sack. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And that will not be enough for a first down. Here he is on 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
Again, it's Miller. And this time, they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 3rd down from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Come on, 38. Dog red. Ready.
Throwing his Rattler. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Saints calling for a timeout, so they're first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think. How many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. In this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Ready.
Now an inside handoff to Miller. Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take the lead right away in half number 2. There's time to chide him about poor tackling later, Brock.
And I probably will.
And you probably will. Coach probably will give him an earful about it as well. But let's not let the missed tackle take away from excellent effort he had on that run.
Yeah, it really was his effort to force that missed tackle, okay? I think that's the key, and open the door for that touchdown. As soon as he slipped that stop, his mind was focused on one thing and one thing only, the end zone.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints push their lead to 6. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Bails out of the pocket quick. Catch is made down the right sideline. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
That's low and bounces short of his man. DeAndre Hopkins, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Colson and Devo's got it. And the Saints get it back at the 45-yard line following that interception return.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down. Offense in the hurry up here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Getting out to his left. That one's complete over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
That's completed right side. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On the ready.
Offense set for a 1st and 10.
Striker, 3-3. Ready.
Kamara running out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss. They've got to keep moving quick here. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to find his tight end. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Ready, set. Here we go. 10 cycles. Set,
They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he drives this forward to the 6. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. It's 2nd and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Right, 97. Right, right. Ready.
Back to throw. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Nicotomny's kick is good. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
That kick right there, Kate, it was a crucial one that really just caused their odds of winning this game to jump substantially. Now we've got a 2-score game. It really leaves no room for error for this opposing offense as they prepare to take the field.
Has this at the 6. And look at this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
He takes it himself. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throw, Mahomes. Taking a final shot at the end zone. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints make the interception on what is the final play of this game. So this will win on the road for the Saints. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from Kansas City.
Now from the riverfront of the Ohio, sellout crowd has arrived at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Here's Evan McPherson. And off we go here in Cincinnati. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kentre Miller. And a strong start on the ground. He'll get 7 on the game's first play. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Come on, set. Check pitch. Ready?
They'll stay on the ground with Miller. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
Red, yellow. Red, cycle. Ready.
Now Rattler gonna throw. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast. And tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And he'll wind his way to about the 38-yard line. Jermaine Pratt up to make the stop. 3rd down and 9.
Here we go, set. Cut, cut.
To throw, it's Rattler. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Burrow gonna open by putting it up. They'll set up the screen to Brown. And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third and long.
12, 11. Stop.
Now, Burrow. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it's going to lead to fourth down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Burrow to throw for it on fourth down. He's going to let it go deep for Chase. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments?
Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Handoff to Miller, running left. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Here comes third and 6. Looking to throw, Rattler. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
Okay, break. Let's go now. Drill, 52. Set, go.
First carry now for Alvin Kamara. And he's able to work out a one tackle, but the reinforcements arrive. He's taken down behind the line.
At some point, you just have to know when the party's over. You just have to cut your losses. I think in this case, he's just trying to do a little bit too much, make something out of nothing, and he ends up being taken back for a pretty big loss.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
Here we go, here we go. Smack, grab.
Throwing is Rattler. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. That is Trey Hendrickson, the veteran, in there to record the sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
They'll throw now, 3rd and forever. This pressure is relentless. They get him again.
I don't have any real advanced analysis for this one, Mike. I mean, I think the simplest way to categorize it is this possession has been a disaster.
And no chance to down this one. It carries deep into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
MT, take. Gun. Dad.
On carry here for Brown. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Here's Brown. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Demario Davis there on the play.
11 MT, take. 11 MT, take.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. That is caught. Finding Higgins. And he's going to have the 1st down. Aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
Here we go. 11 Thomas.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Burrow working in the pistol. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick-6 for touchdown. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick-6.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it his 2nd interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick-6.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This returnable from the 4. A good return as he takes it across the 30. First and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this ball batted away and incomplete. They'll try again. It's second and 10.
Gun. Stop. 12. Stop.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. Now a loose football. The Saints have got it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And Greg, they have done it again. This defense scoring for the second time, once on a pick and now on a scoop and score.
Yeah, when a defense can score once in a game, Mike, that's great. But when they can do it twice, it's remarkable. I mean, for them to be able to now impact this game on the scoreboard for the second time with that fumble return for a touchdown, just an incredible performance so far today by this defense.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now return coming from the 7. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line.
Here we go. Stop.
Play action now. It's Burrow. This one deep downfield for Chase. This pass deflected and caught. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be first and goal. They've got it at the 3.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal.
Stop.
And he'll take it on in. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Ready.
Set to go now on first and 10.
Ready.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
That's the end of the first half, with the score Saints 14, Bengals 7.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
Higgins sent in motion.
Stop.
First carry now for Khalil Herbert. Up the sideline to the 40. Give him 14 on that play, one first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank. Stop.
They'll stay on the ground with Herbert. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Ryan Brzee there for the tackle. Second down and 8.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11. 11 MT. 11 MT. Stop.
Burrow. He'll find Brown out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of 10. It's a Cincinnati first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On the ground, it's Brown. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Here we go, here we go. 12. Stop.
Burrow now. A ball deep for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
22 needle.
We'll start the drive with Miller. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Jermaine Pratt up to make the stop. Throwing now is Rattler. A pass taken in by Miller. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
There's a third down and 4.
Here we go. Ready.
Here's Rattler. He'll try and get there on the ground.
You've got to keep all your options on the table on third down, and that's exactly what this quarterback did. He's looking to throw it, nothing there. He pulls it down himself, and he's able to convert for the first down.
Black Ultra. Ready, ready.
Rattler now back to throw. He's going to air this one out. That is caught. It's Valdez-Scantling. That is a big gainer for the Saints. 41 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on...
Ready.
So, here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Set. Squad, 10. Hut, hut.
On the ground, it is Jamal Williams. Not much happening there. Tackled at the 17.
97. Squad, red. Set.
He'll look to throw. And it's a reception for Taysom Hill. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as the tackle's made at about the 5-yard line.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up 1st and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some of this clock down. You know you at least have a field goal try, if not a touchdown. The last piece of the puzzle is just don't give the ball back to your opponent with too much time to go down and answer your score. I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Here's a handoff, and Miller heading left. And room to operate as he takes it down to the 2. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment.
Okay, ready?
This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal.
Set. Yellow, 1. Set.
They'll try and run. Here's Kamara. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
11. Gun. Shot. 11, MT, take. Shot.
They'll drop to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Here we go. 11, Tommy. Stop.
Throwing is Burrow. He'll get that to all his tight end. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup.
12.
Second and 6.
Stop.
Burrow here on second down. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt. There's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
11. Stop.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked up by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints will take over here just past the 30.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here's first and 10.
Let's go.
They'll get it going on the ground with Miller. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. Here's Kamara. Up the sideline, past midfield. 18 yards on the pickup there. First down, New Orleans.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Here's a handoff to Williams. And he'll only get down to around the 42. Hook him up on a second down and 8. To throw, here's Hayner. He'll get rid of it and complete it. First time. 20 miles west of downtown Dallas. One of the league's grand settings, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. We are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Let's go now. 52 blaster.
Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive.
Ready. Here we go. Here we go. 43 rail. Cut.
A run here with Miller. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
Shot. 17. Ready. Ready.
Once again, it's Miller. Up the sideline, past the 30. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll throw here on third and short. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
Here we go. Ready?
They will indeed go as they look to throw. He'll try to run for it. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on fourth down.
Come on, 38. Down. Ready.
Here's Miller. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. DeMarcus Lawrence there on the stop. To throw, it's Rattler. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack. Looking to throw, Rattler to the left side in the hands of Hill. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks. Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
And he'll get forward to about the 42. Paulson Adebo is there to make the play.
kill.
A game of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the second quarter have in store? Here's a 2nd and 6.
Yeah! Here we go! Kill! Hey, kill!
Prescott now. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to take over just shy of midfield.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Throwing is Rattler. That's complete. It is Foster Moreau. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Ready, straight. Red, yellow. Set, ready.
Now Rattler gonna throw. This one is caught by Jawan Johnson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Pre-snap, the quarterback loved that man matchup on his tight end, and a crossing route is a great man coverage beater. He's able to run away from the coverage, run to the far side of the field to a bunch of open grass. Ball's on target. Nice pickup.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Set, go.
2 minutes to play. Still searching for our first points of the half. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
Let's go.
On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Fight. 97-62 blast.
They'll look to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
The score, Saints 7, Cowboys nothing. Brookie to kick off for the Saints.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Where do you take? Where do you take? Here we go, 47. Hey, 47. What do you think?
Now Prescott. That one downfield for Cooks. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Alontae Taylor.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset. because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
Second and a yard. The motion man is Johnson. Now they'll try to run the jet sweep. They're trying to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll throw here on third and short yardage. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And this one's going to be downed inside the 20-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for first and 10. On play action, here's Dak. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
Play fake. Prescott. This one downfield, complete to Cooks. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line. A chance here to draw level before the break. It's first and goal. They'll try to sneak it here. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Now a timeout signal form, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break. Second and goal.
Yeah, here we go. So we're going to 53. 26.
Play action now. No chance at all. He'll go down. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. We'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the third quarter begins. This just makes it to the landing zone. It's taken at the 18. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. Unbalanced look here to the right side on first and 10. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. On the ground, it's Dowdle. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. What can they do here on third down and 7? He manages to get the throw away and completes it. 16-yard pickup on that one. First down, Cowboys. Now Dowdle. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. We'll go play action. It's Prescott. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and Cowboys will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Ready, set.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Fight, kick. Ready?
Throwing now is Rattler. He's going to let this one go deep. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
They'll run with Miller. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. Rattler now back to throw. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. Here's Rattler. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. That one underthrown and intercepted. That's the safety, Malik Hooker. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Pistol now for Prescott. Here's a screen coming for Dowdle.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
3rd down, 3 to go. A shotgun snap for Prescott. To the goal line and in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Fight, 97. Ready.
A run up the middle with Miller. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Blaster.
A run out of the gun. It's Miller. He's inside the 40. Down the sideline to the 20. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 72 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Yeah, here we go.
First down, Prescott. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They'll run with Dowdle. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. On the play fake, Dak. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That is going to be ball in. He's got it. Luke Schoonmaker. Touchdown, Dallas. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And we'll see a return here from his own end zone. Wow, they are hitting now. It's been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Wide open.
Now, faking the give. That'll be caught downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll drop to throw. Now a screen set up for Miller. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Hurry.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rattler. And open downfield, it's Johnson. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Down.
Here's 1st down.
Slide 2. 6. Mega. Huge. Yellow. Blaster. 6. Set.
Looking to throw, Rattler. A pass taken in by Miller. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Throwing is Rattler. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
Red, yellow.
Valdez-Scantling on the move. Now Rattler going to throw. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. 2nd down, goal to go.
Throw, 52. Ready?
Miller. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. 2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal.
Yellow.
Valdez-Scantling on the move. Here we go. One final play. And this is a touchdown. They do it on the final play. And now decision time. Down one. Will they go for two and the win?
Mike, I know everyone loves to debate these decisions, but I don't even think there's a decision to be made. You have got to keep your offense on the field, go for two, and end this thing right here. No overtime.
So one matter still remains before overtime. The extra point. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Short kick taken at the 17. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being a reverse. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. They'll go big, 3 tight ends in the formation for 1st and goal. Here's a run. And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Now a first throw here in overtime. And he's in. Luke Schoonmaker. Touchdown, Cowboys. Don't forget about the extra point here. This, an important one. The kick is good. So an ideal start to this overtime. And now it's up to the defense to preserve a 7-point lead. So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he'll run it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. On 2nd down, Miller. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
He'll get that one to Valdez-Scantling. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. It's a gain of 10 yards. It's good for a Saints first down.
Let's go.
They'll run straight ahead with Miller. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They need 8 as they come up for third down. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Let's go now. Right.
He'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted. That ought to seal it. Picked up by the linebacker, Micah Parsons.
Mike, at this point in the game, you just can't make that mistake. But at the same time, give credit to this defense. They continue to come up big, and no play bigger than that interception. And you can bet, if this game ends now, that guy's going to find himself with the game ball.
So it's a win for the Cowboys. What a finish to this one. The defense comes up with the interception in clutch time to seal it on the final play, and the defense walks off the field with the victory for their team. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we say so long from Arlington.
In the only building this franchise has ever known. We're at the home of the Texans. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And away we go from NRG Stadium. Return coming from the 6. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35.
At their own 33 yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On the give, it's Miller. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Christian Harris on the stop. Working quickly here. Second and 10 now. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. This is Alvin Kamara with it. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. Throwing is Rattler. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Rattler setting to throw. Olave with the catch. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Offense up to the line fast. Rattler to the air now. Escapes out to the left. He can run it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Kamara has the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints finish up an excellent opening series. Alvin Kamara the touchdown. Blake Grupe to try the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Grupe on now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got 1st down from the 31. Stroud in the air to start us off. Caught, nice game left side. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans finish off their opening drive. Nico Collins with the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Texans start off well to tie things 7-7. Has it all set up for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Rattler back to throw. He beams one deep right side. And he makes the right. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Rattler. Caught by Miller. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First down, New Orleans.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll make our return to end. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They've got a first to begin the frame. Handoff here for Miller. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Again, it's Miller. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Now Rattler. That's caught for the first. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's Rattler. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw, Rattler. This is reeled in by Kamara. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains.
Back to throw. He's got it to his running back. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. And the defender comes away with it. Kamari Lassiter with the pick. And the Texans get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly.
Has a hole left, room to run. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. Texans get some late points and the lead. Nico Collins with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get it up to the 44. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He may have taken away that quick slant. Look easy there, Brock, even in zone coverage.
Yeah, it is not an easy route to stop, and you have to have tremendous eyes. I talked to you, Kate, and everybody about anticipation as a quarterback. It's the same thing for a cornerback in zone. Anticipated that route. It's Johnny on the spot.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. From the gun, a give to Miller. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
1st and 10 from the 41. He's going to throw this one. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Big gain downfield. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on 1st and goal. Williams. No gain for them, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. It's 2nd and goal. He's dropping back to throw. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints earn the chance to tie before halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints tie things up at 14. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
A final throw before the break. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. His return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pass taken in by Diggs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Forced out to his right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
A little bit of chaos, right? I mean, play breaks down, trying to find a connection and get on the same page, just couldn't do it. I'll tell you this, though, and what I do like is you live to play another down. You don't risk the interception, and you throw it out of bounds.
And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Searches from the pocket. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Alontae Taylor has it. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie, heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially where one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. On 2nd and 12 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive high. Defensive highlight, and there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung out of that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for, thinking interception to be had, and incompletion is still pretty good for the defense.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. He's back to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans are stuck deep in the red zone at the 10-yard line. Wow, this has been a great game so far, Brock. A hard-fought first half, but they're really offering an edge to their opponent here by throwing a pick on their opening drive.
And now we'll get to see if they can capitalize that and pull ahead. They've already got the ball once this half. You know that they're loose, and now they get it back just one snap later.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Mixon on the toss.
Kate, I'll give some credit to the defense there. Limited the gain to the outside, contained it for minimal yardage. It was going to be tough to stop him from getting a first down as close as they were to the sticks.
From inside the 1, here's 1st and goal.
On the 3, right?
He's going to keep this one. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Offense in the hurry up here. Mixon does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
The screen pass falls incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. Only a 20-yarder here.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Connects with Johnson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take the lead as Todd runs out here in the 3rd. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the 2nd half. Puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints take a 4-point lead. 3 quarters in the books from this one. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Pierce now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun now, 1st round. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick six.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints drive their lead to 11. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick, here's Stroud. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back, the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception. It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. Starting from the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing to start this game. He's taking a shot on his first play. It's intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Well, Brock, if the goal was to set the tone that you're going to be aggressive all game, I would say mission accomplished. But it might be tough to connect on a lot of those against a defense that came ready to play.
Yeah, they were not caught off guard for a second, Kate. They know this offense likes to be aggressive, and dare I say, they may have been expecting that deep shot on the opening snap.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Going to the ground again on first. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Now here he goes. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
From the 36. Fires right away, but incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Rattler gets this to Johnson. He's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Still sticking with the passing game. Taking a shot for the end zone. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And he's brought down for a loss. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They are facing second down deep on their own end. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 9 yards to pick up there, and they only need 3 more now on third down. Running once more with Henry. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
This is Henry on second. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Ravens in possession. First down, ball at the 36. Changing it up here, Jackson. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again is Lamar. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Jackson now on third. He's got a man left. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one. We got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Hits his running back. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Looking to throw, Rattler. He's on the move. He's keeping it.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Come on, 38. Ready.
From the 37. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Rattler back to throw. Completed to his running back. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Working quickly here. On 2nd down, here's Henry again. Gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. Offense up to the line fast. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Into the hands of Likely. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Aguilar with the grab. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Motion man sent left. First down throw for Jackson. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. Play fake, Jackson. Has it at the 7. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Henry punches it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A give right side to Miller. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Ravens are going to have it back, and it's marked at the 38. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who senses the need for a splash play and delivers.
Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. This is the end of the third quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the fourth. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. Has room into the secondary. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the fourth. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens push their lead to 18. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He throws, and they pick him off again. Marcus Williams has it. And the Ravens take possession of the football.